Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Muslim View. I'm your host, Sarah Darsha, and
Rafat Hussain.
We're here celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Islamic Center at the Four Points Sheraton. Hello, Amu Naeem. How are you today?
Pretty good. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. This is such a wonderful occasion. I never imagined that, one day the community, mashallah, would be enlarged such. When I got involved with the center, there were 8 families in the beginning when we started, setting up the organization. And so it was, tough in the beginning because we were building it and rebuilding it, and my thoughts were, my kids were at such an age that they needed Islamic education. I used to take them to Oxford Street, and unfortunately, that one week would be one teacher, the next week the same, and so the kids used to get bored. So I said we have to do something, for the kids. So that was my passion to get this the Islamic Center going for the future, for the youth, and I'm so pleased to see the youth getting involved and mashallah, we have unfortunately lost some of the members, and I'm thinking about them and the days when we started and with them. So it's, in a way, it's sad, but on the other hand, it's a very happy occasion. And mashallah, the center is doing very well. I'm really proud of everybody right from the beginning, right up to date, and hopefully we'll have another 20, 40, 100 years. I probably won't be around, but I'm glad. Excellent.
Talk to me a little bit about your role in the Islamic Center, what it used to be, what it is now, and what your hopes are for the center, inshallah.
Okay, as I said, that there were initially a bunch of people who got involved in setting up the Islamic Center. That was to give to the people, to the community at large, the real side of the Muslims. That that we are not terrorists or anything, and it's a very strong family. I was on the initial board and was on the Islamic Center board for quite a few years, and then when the time came to set up the cemetery, I decided to look after the cemetery, and I manage it, the operation side of it and the funerals, and that gives me satisfaction, because I never saw my parents passing. So every time I see people, that reminds me of my own time. And my thoughts for the future are that, we keep on building the center at the same lines what we initially started with, that, a family, and expand that into, larger Muslim community, and then city at large in London. And I have heard people, speaking quite highly of the Islamic Center and our experience in the other cities. So I'm really pleased about it.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Tell me a little bit about your role at the center.
Well, I was one of the founding members when we used to meet at the community center at Masonville Mall, and where the new center came into birth, if you'd like, starting with Fanshawe College lectures and then the purchase of the building. And so I was in there, I guess, quite a few years ago. And It was a center that reminded me of the mosque that I grew up in because it was an open attitude environment.
Tell me a little bit about your role.
So my role probably started with my parents being one of the early people to transition over to the Islamic Center. Then after being part of the congregation and seeing all the hard work, I actually, I believe in 2001, was hired as the administrative assistant. Probably worked there for about 6 years, supporting the board and the community at large. It's very near and dear to my heart. I love our community. I love the congregation. I have much pride in what we've done, where we are, and what's to come in the future.
Talk to me a little bit about celebrating the 20 years of the Islamic Center. How do you feel about it?
Oh, it's exciting. It was great to see all of the pictures and to remember all of the various events, and just to see how the young people that were children are now young adults and bringing their children. And it's just a warm feeling.
Tell me a little bit about how you feel about celebrating the 20 years.
With the planning of the event, it was really a walk down memory lane. There was many times of tears, laughter, getting to where we are today, and just there's so much adoration for the people that give constantly and are doing things for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's lovely.
Thank you both for joining us today. That was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this short message.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the Muslim View. For those who've missed some of the show, we're here at the 4 Points Sheraton celebrating the 20 years of the Islamic Center. Tell me a little bit about your role, Auntie Aisha, at the center.
I'm Isham Muslim's wife, so I'd be the first president's wife, yeah. And I helped in some areas of decorating and different things over the years. And we're here to celebrate the 20th.
How excited are you today to celebrate 20 years of the Islamic Center?
Quite excited because I can't believe that we're here now. Time has gone so fast. Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about your role.
My role is I was living in Strathroy, and we used to come to Islamic Center all the time. So this is very, very, important to us. So we moved actually from Strathroy to London, and we have been prominent members for a long, long time. So we really like it. We enjoy it. They take good care of women. It's really nice place to come to.
So are you new to London?
We moved to London just because of Islamic Center, really, because we used to come. And my husband is not yet retired. He still goes to work in Strathroy. But we said, no, we want to move here so that we can be more active in the center.
So how do you feel about the Muslims in London, the Islamic Center? What are your feelings towards it?
I think Islamic Center is doing wonderful for Muslims, and there are no words to really to say more about They've done a wonderful job. They are still doing a wonderful job. Everybody's doing their part, and we were very welcomed when we came to London. So,
Well, very happy to have you. Welcome to London.
Thank you.
Sister Aisha, tell us a little bit about what your hopes are for the Islamic Center, inshallah, in the future with the new generation.
Well, I hope that the Islamic Center will grow as well as it did in the past 20 years with the new generation. It's just amazing to see all these young children growing up now. In the past 20 years, they married and have children of their own. So we wish them the best and success for the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to the Muslim View. I'm your co-host, Rafat Hussain, and I have with me Ward 14 Councilman Jared Zafman and Ward 3 Councilman Mo Saleh. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Okay, now, what brings you to come to the 20th anniversary for the Islamic Center?
I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
Very happy to be here. The 20th anniversary is it's a really significant milestone for the center. I think it's really tremendous, and just wanted to come out and celebrate. And I'm the ward representative where the Islamic Center is. I've been a couple times, and it's such a fantastic community and such an amazing facility that really supports the community so well. And just having an opportunity to come out today and celebrate.
Okay, now Mo, you've been a frequent member of the Islamic Center for quite some time now. What aspect of the 20th anniversary have you noticed in terms of growth?
I think it's right away just being able to see the diverse group of people that are here today. Councillor Zeifman, who represents or comes from the Jewish community, and he's been a great close friend of mine on council. So I think that really shows that this is really a broader sense, and that really the Islamic Center has really done a great job at outreaching and connecting with different people in the community. So I think that this is just one small example of how well the community's grown and continues to be part of the London fabric and an important part of it. And just when I look at the pictures behind us here and you see all the events that have been hosted here, I forget how many things we've done in the past few years. So it's really amazing, and continue to hope to see things grow as they go in the years.
What do you expect to see within the next 5 years of the center? 20 years have gone by. What is it that the center can do that's new in the next 5 years?
I think there's a lot that can be done, but definitely that's the direction where it's going. You see more outreach, you see more connecting, you see different kind of initiatives. I guess was it last year we were having those brunches. Those were really things I really enjoyed, and to bring people from outside the community to really experience the Lebanese culture, the Egyptian culture, and those kind of brunches. That was really great. So it's very educational, and it helps raise awareness, and it really helps a learning experience for both communities, both the Muslim community and the people in the greater London community as well. So I think kind of along that lines of things would be great to see continued growth.
Now, Jared, you've been involved with not only Ward 14, but also with the Islamic Center. What can you see as an improvement in terms of diversity or even community involvement with the center?
I think, as Mo, Councillor Sully sort of alluded to, but I think, there's a real opportunity to even connect even greater with the broader community in London. One of the things, for me, it's sort of a weak point of mine, but the food that comes from the center is just so fantastic. Oftentimes food is such a great connector just in terms of cultures and connecting people. And I think, the more we can do that and have just a stronger relationship in the community and more welcoming for everyone, I think that's really a great goal to constantly work on.
So remember, food is key. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. We hope you enjoy your evening.
Thanks for having me, and happy 20th anniversary again.
Thank you.
Hello, Irene. Thank you for coming today.
What a wonderful celebration. I'm just so honored to be invited and included in this incredible milestone for community. Yeah.
Why do you feel it's important to attend an event like this today?
It connects us all. I'm a public servant. This is a community that reaches out in terms of support, charity, sisterhood, brotherhood. So the more that we can be together and talk about our common goals, our common aspirations of support for each other, strong community, good relationships, respect, that's an important thing. So being here, because this is a symbol of all of that.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Yeah.
Please join us after this short break.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to take a look at the awards from the women in the kitchen. We love them so much. How much do you love them?
I love them very much because it's a personal thing because my mom's honored as well. So she was one of the original assistants in the kitchen along with Khaltu Fadia and Khaltu Sally and so forth. So I think it's more personal for me in that aspect because the women there have been so close to me and close to my heart that it became very emotional.
How good is their food though?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, like even when I was interviewing Mohammed and Jared, like that's what they remember. And the brunches that we did, everything. I mean, we're known for our hospitality, and alhamdulillah, I mean, like we've been very consistent with that.
All right, join us in taking a closer look at the women in the kitchen.
The kitchen, as we know, is the heart of any community. Nothing brings a community together better than through food. I can attest to that. This was the mission of the founding members of the Kitchen Auxiliary, and we wish to thank and acknowledge the countless hours they devoted every week. Before the building of the now renovated kitchen, these volunteers created meals in a makeshift kitchen with few basic appliances and utensils, often from their own homes. They've hosted community dinners, Ramadan iftars, special events, funerals, and the ever-popular pizza and fatire Fridays. Through their volunteerism and their hard work, the funds generated and have supported the efforts of the center. We are forever grateful for their devotion and their generosity. I'd like to call these women, these extraordinary women, up to give them the recognition that they deserve. Fadia Shoshu. When I name, call out your name, please come to the stage. Fozia El Qasim. Esma Mazarati. Fahima and Mohammed Manko. Asaf Manko. Khadij Harb, not sure if she's present this evening. A round of applause. Suraya Hussain. And in the back, we have Hayat Baroudi. If she would come to the stage. Samaya Manko, she present. And lastly, Sally Abdul.
Assalamu alaikum, greetings to all. For the past 20 years, a group of reliable, dedicated, and hard-working ladies volunteered to fulfill an invaluable service to the Islamic Center by preparing delicious food for Friday prayers, funerals, and iftar dinners. These ladies gave their time and energy at the center, making it a welcoming place, and have done so with smiles on their faces. Over the years, there have been changes to the team, and everyone is always welcome. We have created a small family unit among ourselves, and it is frightening at times when we find ourselves finishing up each other's sentences. The layout of the kitchen has changed, making it more user-friendly and accommodating. For me, it has been a pleasure to be part of this dynamic and fun group working to better serve the community. I thank all the ladies and men who support us for the hard work, dedication, and great sense of humor. May Allah continue to give us strength and health to carry on. Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the 20th anniversary after this.
I would like to again translate what the Islamic Center in the form of a little story that I shared from the pulpit of the Islamic Center as well as the London Muslim Mosque a couple of weeks ago. And this story, I think, says it all. In a country that I will call Country X, in a certain countryside, there is an annual competition every year whereby corn farmers compete for the best yield, best quality corn, best everything about their farming. And it so happened that for many, many years, the winner was the same farmer. Everybody was very impressed by that farmer. And they wanted to know the secret. Why is he always on the top? Why is he always the winner of that competition? So they went to him and they asked him, what's your secret? He said, every year, when it is time for me to collect the seeds that I'm going to use for the next season, I select the best seeds that I collect, and I go and distribute those best seeds to all my neighbors. They said, what? But they are competing with you. Why would you do that? He said, I'll tell you why. Because when I give them my best seeds, I am certain that when the pollen from their farms will be ready to fertilize, and when the wind will carry that pollen from their farms into my farm, I will be assured that my plants will be fertilized by the best pollen. And that is my secret. And I'm mentioning this story because everywhere I go across Canada and the world, I've been saying it and I mean it. And all of us know that London, Ontario can be an icon of togetherness, living together, sharing our faith traditions, coming together as friends. And you know what the secret is? We always share our best seeds with each other. And this is why the Islamic Center was formed, so that we can do our share as a Muslim community.
On behalf of Sarah and I, and the host of the Muslim View, we want to acknowledge everyone at the Islamic Center for their support and their recognition and their continued support of the Muslim View. Thank you for joining us and have a great evening.